In the flowering plants, it is not only the flowers that help in reproduction. Even the parts like root, stem, leaf or buds help in reproduction. And this kind of reproduction is called vegetative propagation. So, we can define vegetative propagation by saying it is a mode of reproduction by vegetative parts. Now, let us see how this takes place. One method is simple method of cutting. Have you observed how you can grow money plant? What normally people do? They just take a cutting of money plant, put it in water and after some time it develops roots. In fact, you can do it like an experiment. You can actually observe and write down in how many days the roots started developing and after how many days they were fully developed. You can also do the same activity with plants like champa or rose. Champa or rose, if you take a stem cutting and then put it in soil and keep watering it, of course not too much of water because then the plant will not grow properly, but adequate amount of water, in due course of time the stem will develop its roots. So, now we have a new plant from just one branch or one stem cutting. So, this is a method of reproduction because basically reproduction is only giving rise to a new plant, is not it? So, if through one branch we have got another full fledged plant, well developed plant, then it is reproduction. And cutting method is widely used in plants like rose, champa, cactus and even the mango. In case of cactus, it is the phylloclad which is used for reproduction. Usually stem is above the ground and it is the root which is below the surface of the ground. However, there are some plants, do you remember which ones? Like potato, ginger, turmeric, these stems are underground, right. Now, the stem always has buds. Some buds are the floral buds which grow into flowers, but in addition to this, there are other buds in the axil of the leaf. What is axil of the leaf? The angle between the leaf and the branch or the stem, like this is the axil. In this axil, there is a bud which is called axillary bud. This axillary bud is actually a shortened stem. Bud is a short stem covered by immature overlapping leaves. These buds start growing and that is the time when we can say now it is a full fledged plant because these buds will grow into branches. Now, in the case of underground stem like say potato, when you look at a potato, what do you find? That there are structures like this. What are these? Actually, these are the buds. So, you can again do a simple experiment, just cut potato into small pieces, but ensure that each piece has an eye and now put it in soil. See what will happen? A plant will grow out of this. In fact, sometimes when potatoes are lying in kitchen for many days, they start growing. The buds under favorable conditions grow into new plants, or we can say in a way they sprout. So, this is how potatoes reproduce. Ginger and turmeric also reproduce by same method. Now, coming to how the leaves help in reproduction. Have you ever seen the plant of bryophyllum? It has thick leaves. Thick leaves are called what? Succulent. That means they have food stored in them. Now, these leaves their margins are wavy like this, and here there are buds. If the leaf falls on the soil, then each of these buds grow into a new plant. And if you want bryophyllum to reproduce, you can have a cutting of the leaf with the bud, and you will find this will grow into a new plant. In fact, many times the plants start growing while still attached with the leaf. So, bryophyllum reproduces by leaves. In fact, there are many other methods of vegetative propagation like layering, grafting, bud grafting, and so on. Now, you see, human beings are always looking for new discoveries, inventions, and new ways so that they can get better results. So, what has been observed is that vegetative propagation has many advantages over the reproduction through flowers. Now, what are these advantages? Let us tabulate that. Uses. First of all, it takes much shorter time. You do not have to wait till the flower formation. You can use the stem or the root or the leaf for reproduction. So, it is a shorter method. Now, because it is shorter, obviously it is also more economical. What does that mean? It is less expensive. Third, and a very important thing is that the plant produced by vegetative propagation is exact copy of the parents. When the sexual reproduction takes place, you will study in the higher classes, some changes appear in the offsprings. Like you must have seen, although you people resemble your parents, but you are not exact copy of your parents. Some features are like that of mother, while some are that of father. But in the case of asexual reproduction, because only one parent is involved and there are no steps which are there in the sexual reproduction that bring about changes, the offsprings are exact copies of parents. Exact copies of parents. So, if we want some flowering or fruit giving plant and we want to have same variety as the parents, then obviously vegetative propagation is a better method. Fourthly, then we can also go for seedless varieties. You know, there are some fruits which we enjoy more when they are without seeds, like say in the case of banana. In fact, nobody has eaten now for many centuries a banana with seeds. Grapes, guava, these are some of the fruits which are more tasty and are more socially acceptable if they are without seeds. But if we will grow seedless variety, then how will they reproduce? By vegetative propagation. So, that is the role of vegetative propagation. So, now you understand why the farmers resort to vegetative propagation over the sexual reproduction method.